we got Ben Sigani from High on Life. Ben, thank you so much. I know you're a local lad just down the road from our office, but pleasure to have you here, mate. And thank you again so much for contributing some amazing content for day 3. Welcome to the Q&A.
Oh, thanks for having me. Really appreciate it.
Awesome. So one of the things that really stood out to me about the session that you put together actually was just really like the length of detail and breaking down like pretty much everything from like creating your brand to starting out, starting creating your own course and how to basically piece it together. But if I can ask like a personal question, what was it really that like fundamentally drove you to creating your first course with the High on Life team?
That's a good question. So essentially it stemmed from all the questions that we were receiving as a channel. So it really goes through like, what is your audience asking you? And for us, throughout the years, it was like, how do you have this lifestyle? How do you travel? How do you afford to do this? And everybody thought, you're just rich. You got rich parents, whatever. You're just, privileged people. But it's not the case at all. It's further from the truth. We made a lot of sacrifices while building our channel. We all kind of like lived together in a 3-room apartment with 5 people to kind of like make content every day. Like we definitely struggled through it, but had a lot of fun doing it. So those were questions we just heard time and time again when meeting people or comments. So really, we knew for a long time we wanted to somehow have some sort of digital product that we could give to people so that they could learn how to do what we're doing. But for so many years, we didn't feel like we were ready. So really it was Alexi and Riker who had the foresight to like start those courses. And I helped them build them out in the back end on Thinkific with, your course platform and getting all of our technical stuff behind the scenes detailed and email sequences. There's so much that goes into it, right? So
I just before I just follow up on that, I just want to say welcome to everyone that's joining us in chat. Usually I should be doing that first, so you can see I've still got my my presentation still need a bit of work. But welcome everyone that's joined us in the live stream in the chat. If you're watching this on the replay as well, thank you so much. Just drop your questions in the comments, and we've got Rob lurking in there somewhere. He just exited out this window in a minute, so just a moment ago. So he'll be answering those questions, and we'll do our best after this to hop back in and follow up. But you brought up something really interesting there, which is, a lot of people just, in the case of like video content or like a video course, people will just see the video, but like the amount of work that it takes to like break down the steps. So even something quite small can be a challenge, especially if you're not doing it the right way. So I know you talk about this in your, and I again don't want you to reveal too much. I really want people to go and obviously sign. If you haven't done this yet and you just joined us for Q&A, go and sign up for this series because it is absolutely amazing. But what are some of the key things that people need to remember when they are, maybe creating their first course from their YouTube content or video content?
Yeah, I'd say don't overcomplicate it. Like stick to one topic and really try and go through that in every step. Think about it. If you were sitting down to teach one of your friends, like your best friends, over coffee, how would you explain that to them? How would you take them through every step of whatever it is you're trying to explain to them? So that's kind of like how I think about it. We've broken down everything into chapters, but when it comes to like all the other things, marketing, that kind of stuff, again, don't really overcomplicate it. There's so many great talks so far in the summit of people kind of explaining how to use YouTube and the videos to like market your course. So I won't touch on that so much. Everybody else has already talked about it. But yeah, just don't overcomplicate it. Like take the questions that you're getting on a daily basis, or take the things that you're really passionate about and actually go through, write them down and ask yourself like, okay, if I had to learn this, where would I go to find the information first? And then just kind of like jot those steps down.
Yes, that's really, really great advice. And what I want everyone to see here is that, you can create a YouTube channel. You don't necessarily need to, rely on like ad revenue, which obviously I know it's great, but you need obviously these days now, you need quite a lot of views to get some sort of semblance of a decent income. So, you know, Ben, I know you say it's but like, it is critical, isn't it, to like diversify your revenue streams. You can't just have everything in one. And I know Jevon touched on that yesterday as well.
Yeah.
So when you start to create IG Millions, I know obviously it's a pretty bold statement, because you're going to show people how to get to like their first like million followers. I can't remember if did you put like a time frame around that, or was that or was it just like here's the process, coming at it?
It was really just like Alexi and Riker. So they made a video of how to get 100,000 followers in 48 hours. Yeah, there's a video on the channel of it. And that video kind of blew up. Everybody asked questions, and then they made another one, and then that video blew up, and then they made another one. So essentially, the idea to create a course came from them working for a couple of years to build a network of accounts of over, I think at that time it was like 10 million. Now it's 20 million. So all these different Instagram accounts and all different kinds of niches. And a lot of people would say, well, how did you guys do that? So at the time, like if you look at our channel, we're primarily travel-based content. So we're like a lifestyle channel. So Instagram was just kind of those things. It's like, well, I guess people use it while you're traveling. They just kind of made this video, shot in the dark, and it did really well. So from there, they kind of said, okay, how do we put this into a course? And how do we make it so people can learn? And then it just kind of stem from there. There's a playlist on our channel actually with all the Instagram videos, and you can see basically every video answers another question. So if you go to the first video and look at all the comments, it's, you know, how did you get featured on these pages? And the next video is how to get featured on big pages. And then it was how do you make money with that, you know? And then the next video is how to make, so it kind of goes in a sequence.
So you've done something here that I think a lot of, and there was a question asked about this yesterday, that, you know, should you be giving away like giving away or giving like free content for like the really like best information? What are your thoughts around that, Ben?
Yeah, I mean, some of the biggest people on social media right now give all their ideas away for free. So it's really not just the content of the course that people are purchasing. It's that one-on-one kind of feedback. It's the communication with yourself. For us, lately we've been doing live webinars where we've been actually teaching people 3 secrets to growing on Instagram. We do these weekly, and we actually like give super valuable information to the point where if you just went to that webinar, you could start growing right away. But it's the network of people that also want to grow. It's the community. It's like actually being able to reach out to us, get feedback on, you know, the different kind of things that you're doing to grow, maybe your Instagram account, ads that you're running. So they're not only just getting the video content, it's really that like access, which if you think about it, a lot of people, when they're buying into like a subscription or maybe like a Patreon or something like that, they really just want to get more interaction with you. So that's the biggest thing that we found. You know, giving away a lot of stuff for free is that's YouTube. YouTube's free. So
that's absolutely some of the most similar answers I get from some of my like most popular course creators, that, you know, it's all about it is about the community that you breed, because it's not you know, you have your ideas, but also you get the ideas of all the people that are learning around you, and they're getting to follow you along the way. So I know that pre-launching your course in particular, or maybe testing it to a smaller audience, is critical as well, because you get your students get to do that sort of like over the shoulder view of what you're learning and what you're teaching, and obviously that's absolutely invaluable. So one thing I wanted to touch on actually is when you were talking about providing more like lots of value, you say something near the end of your talk, which is you've got to provide more value than you extract. I mean, I guess there's like a metaphor for the environment there, but it's one of those things where you have to keep delivering value. And I think when it comes to a membership site, that's something you've got to bear in mind. So is there any particular things that you do I know you mentioned like the weekly webinars, but is there anything else in terms of like weekly value or monthly value that you're adding to your membership plans or membership sites to keep the price going?
Yeah. So our Instagram course is like a one-time buy-in. It's not actually a membership
Mm,
site, so you don't have to pay monthly, which is great. So you buy in, you get access forever. We always put updated modules in.
hmm
We added an IGTV module, but at the same time, like I was talking about the community. So we actually have a
hmm
community website, it's community.igmillions.com. It's free and open for anybody to join. So you guys can go check it out right now, sign up. Um, but for the free tier of people that want to join that community, you have a general discussion board, an introduction board.
hmm
You can talk with people, but then we have a private section just for students where they get to interact with us on a more frequent basis.
hmm
We run monthly contests in there where people can get free shout outs. People can get feedback on different ads that they're running. So it's a more tight knit community inside the private boards, but we want to open it up to everybody so that if you want some help or you're looking to grow on Instagram, and you've watched our videos, you have a place where you can talk and congregate, because it's great to just comment on YouTube videos, but nobody knows who's replying, or your comment can get buried, especially for channels that have a lot of views, or a lot of comments all the time. So, and actually with our videos, we're finding there's a lot of people trying to spam them with like uh, bots and stuff like that, because
Yeah.
there's all these people selling fake likes, fake followers on Instagram, and
Mm,
they see our videos as some of the most popular Instagram growth videos. So they go in the comments and they just spam that stuff. So we always have to try and clean that out. So we
yeah.
see the real people that want help, and we can actually engage and talk to those people. So we found building a community site where we can get those real people onto it works much better.
Yeah, that's a great point. And imagine again, the size of the channel you have as well. I can imagine there's a lot of people trying to piggyback off the top of that. Um, when it comes to like testing out course ideas and videos, is that something you've done like via like your channel as well? Have you like put up the content to sort of see what the reactions like and think, oh, actually that could well lead into a course subject or a course topic? Is that something you do and try out?
I mean, that's kind of how the IG Millions course came about. So it was put up that first video, it went viral. Put up another one. Okay, well, this is probably a good case for a
Mm,
course. So, but while we were doing that, we had another course in the works called Jet Setter Boss.
yeah.
It's basically
Remember.
how to be a travel influencer. So the the Instagram course came about because we put a video out while we were creating the travel course, which took a lot more time to produce, because if you're going to teach people how to be a travel influencer, you probably need to travel to create that
Yeah,
content, which involves a lot of time.
certainly.
So the guys put a lot of time and energy into that. But the Instagram course was kind of something that was like, anybody can do this from anywhere in the world. You don't need to be traveling all over the world to show people. You know, it's easier to show than tell, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe it's not easier to show than tell, but it's more powerful to show than tell.
Oh,
So
definitely.
with the travel influence thing, you want to make sure you're actively living what you're preaching and trying to teach people. So
Yeah, some good advice, and that's the power of video, right? When it teaches on our blueprint webinar, it's like usually like 10x is the amount of engagement you get, um, during your course. So, what? Just remind me again, like how long did you keep your modules open for on your IG Millions? Was how long was it, like each lesson, each module?
I think they vary. So some are 10 minutes, some are
Hmm
20 minutes, some are half an hour. It really
Okay.
depends on the subject. We go pretty in depth. So
Yeah.
Justice and Kenzo are some of the instructors. So they're some of the other faces.
So he's just disappeared for a minute. So there he is.
Not too sure what happened
There
there.
you go.
Okay, so what I was saying was Justice and Kenzo are two of our instructors for the Instagram course. Every single day, they're managing our Instagram accounts. They're growing the accounts. So um, they really teach people in those modules, and it really depends on like how in depth the module it is.
Mm,
So Justice will do a module where he walks you through the Instagram interface, which might sound like a really basic thing, but there's a lot of little hidden features that a lot of people don't
mm,
understand or realize what they can use for growth. And he takes you through that from start to finish in a really fine grain detail. And by the end of it, you're like, wow, that was a 30-minute module, but you get so much out of it.
And did you do anything along the lines of like quizzes and testing, or was this all like straight video content for the majority of the course?
Yeah, so with our refresh, we actually just updated the course, and we've just opened the enrollment a couple times over the last month. It's been previously closed for about the last 9 months to a year, while we updated new modules, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, sorry, what was that last part of the question?
No, I was just saying, like, did you use any like any different types
Right,
of lessons within your video? No, I sort of know the, because Ben and I have been talking about his refresh just before we've done on this anyway. So I know he's like looking at using assignments as well. So one of the Thinkific features for his school.
Yeah, exactly.
That's going to be good, isn't it?
Assignments was a big one for us because we teach people how to create an ad for their actual Instagram account, and you need feedback on that. So assignments let us make sure that they've watched that module on how to create an ad, how to actually like promote their Instagram account. They submit their content to us, and then we get to give them one-on-one feedback. And it's a better way for us to work with every student and ensure that before we induct them into the community section where everybody trades ads and cross promotes their accounts, they actually have gone through the module and done the work.
Yeah. Yeah, that's important, because you need, you can keep if you teach, you can teach a subject, but you need to facilitate that practice. It's one of the key things to teach on our blueprint webinar. That's what's going to make it all stick. So is Ben still here? Rob, is Ben still here, or is he left?
Yeah.
Is it? No worries, I can't see my screen. So it's probably just me. Oh, there you go, you're back. We got Rob pulling the strings here with the in the background. So thanks for doing that, mate. But want to just quickly talk about, because I know there's a few people that are probably looking at saying, well, Ben's got a huge YouTube channel, he's got a huge Instagram channel, and he's been able to do, him and the High and Life team been able to do pretty well. So for those that are like looking to grow, like, I know it's obviously this has been like many years and work in progress. But for those that are starting out and looking to grow either the YouTube channel and Instagram and tie that into their courses, what are the key things they need to remember?
Yeah, so like it's a group effort over here.
Yeah,
it's not just me. It's obviously myself, Justice, Parker, Josh, Kenzo. There's a team in Toronto of guys that we had help us actually create the Jet Setter Boss course as well. So it's been a big effort. But if you're just starting out, like, just keep making content. Everything's going to be terrible the first time you do it. It's going to suck. You got to do that. The Beatles didn't become the Beatles in one day. Don't stress it. Just, make, release, repeat. Just keep on doing that. So
nice. So that's a good way. I would say a good way to end it. But wanting to get one last thing, if everyone wants to go, what's the best place for someone to go and find out more about High and Life? Should they come over to your IG Millions course or come over to the YouTube channel? Where should I go?
Yeah, definitely check us out on YouTube. You can find us. It's on the screen there at High and Life. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, all that kind of stuff at High and Life. But if you are interested in learning how to grow your Instagram specifically, head on over to igmillions.com. Sign up. We're going to be doing a live webinar on Sunday.
Oh,
again next Wednesday. So it's a pretty good course. Good, strong community. We've had lots of success with our students. So if you're interested, I know everybody's got an Instagram account.
Yeah, I've got one. My dog's got one. She's got more followers than I have.
Dog's got one.
She's got like 700. Actually, I just want to give a quick shout because I've just been able to get the chat open from the YouTube side. So we've got McCann Dog Training, Thinkific customers. We've got the chance to meet them over at VidCon. They've got an amazing course. So if you've got a very bad dog like I have, I would recommend their training for sure. And we've got Brandon as well. Brandon Berkmeyer, mate, thanks so much for coming along. And if there's any questions coming in, Rob, pop it in. Either pop it to me on Slack or in the chat and let me know if there's any other questions. But I guess they know where they can find you. Is there any other like key takeaways from your talk, or any other reasons? What's the number one reason why someone should go and sign up for the Creator Series right now?
Oh, the amount of content, man, for free, what you're getting there, it's incredible. Personally, I've been learning lots. It's been really great to see other people in the industry, and learning about, like, even just in Vancouver, for us, for our local guys, there's tons of amazing people around the corner. So
definitely, yeah. Well, Vancouver's definitely becoming quite a hot spot for like digital entrepreneurship. Ben, thank you so much. I know you're on a pretty tight schedule today. I really appreciate your time. And for everyone that's joined us on the Q&A, if you've only just joined us, not to worry, there's going to be a replay. You can scrub right back to the very start and learn all about it. So again, if you haven't had the opportunity, Rob, please get the link into the chat, and we look forward to seeing you on another live really soon. Ben, thanks again, mate.
Cheers. No problem. Thanks for having me, guys.
Cheers. Bye-bye.